Hey, Ella, what are you doing? What's Teddy doing? Why is he making all that noise? Can you explain that to me? There he is. Hey, Teddy, what are you doing? What are you chasing? What are you going to do if you catch him? Your ear's all jacked up. Where are you going? You coming back? Hello? What are you doing? You going to take a break? That's an inside toy. And you took it out here. You need to take that in the house. Teddy the Shih Tzu. Hello. Welcome to Dusk and the Dog Pound again. So it's a Friday night. Hope everyone is doing well. We got the lights on. Oh, there they are. And we're just out here. Miss Dawg is actually working. Miss Dawg's always working on something. I'm not always working on something. She said she's just watering stuff. Well, you were doing stuff earlier. She was pulling weeds. She's getting her herb. What do you call them? Herb spaces cleaned out. We're switching around some soil. You already planted some herbs, right? Yeah, but the vegetables are going to be next week because we're expecting cold weather to come back in here next week, actually. Supposed to have a lot of rain coming in here Sunday, I believe, and then Sunday night, Monday, another cold front coming in here. So we're not done with the cold. In fact, we can get a frost in here up till typically up till Easter. So we're careful about the spring garden not to put it in too soon, but you've already planted some things that are cold weather kind of okay, right? Like tolerant.
Yeah.
Spinach, turnips.
Beets and carrots.
Beets and carrots. I knew this. Yeah. So this dog's busy. I'm not even gonna interrupt her anymore. She's running around. She said she's sweating. It got up to like 80 into the 80s today. I mean, it almost got to 90, I think, which is a little hot for even North Georgia. So, and then we're going to be cold and rain here in the next couple of days. So let me walk around a minute before I go into my topic. So a while ago, Miss Dawg was like, you need to come, you're going to have to take care of that thing right there, whatever that is. I don't think he's moving anymore. He might be dead. Oh well. So she was working, I'll just show you what she was working on real quick. Excuse the grass. This is going to be cut tomorrow. I've got a lot of work to do. Lawnmower's been in the shop, and we're going to pick it up tomorrow. So yeah. Holy basil. Chamomile. More basil. She was just watering this stuff too. She was cleaning out these beds. We have taken some advice from some of you guys as far as to ward off the varmints, the squirrels mainly. So far, it looks like it's working.
I fixed it all up today.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is new. I thought this. Well, you had put the forks in somewhere.
Yeah, but there were holes in there like they've still been digging, so I smoothed it all out so I will know if the new stuff works.
We're also using some other measures, other countermeasures in addition to the forks. So we'll see. But the squirrels are. Yeah, they're. I mean, I love animals, but they are something. It's actually kind of funny to watch them. I mean, they are some tenacious, persistent creatures, no doubt about it. Yep. They are. Maybe one of my favorite parts of the day. The morning is also peaceful to me, but this time of the day is always, right at dusk. before it starts to really get dark, and it's kind of quiet. Just hear the critters. Filled the birdseed up again. Won't take long. They'll get after it. That's the turnips. Turnips like the little water and rain is to help them. Spinach. I think that's spinach. And then beets over here. What are you doing, Ella? Teddy ran away. You don't want to be filmed, I guess. Hey, man. Hey, Teddy, what you see? You looking for your little friend? You looking for him?
Every time he comes outside, he goes straight
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. So what I was gonna add a little bit there is earlier today I was talking about automobile, the automakers, well, a couple of them offering better pricing on new vehicles. So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, Ford, Lincoln, what was the other one? Stellantis. So Stellantis included, that means include Dodge, Ram, what's the other one? Chrysler, Jeep. So they're all doing those I mentioned are doing employee pricing, which is a little bit, it's probably a tad below their invoice pricing. Now, that doesn't mean, depending on the dealer, they can play some games there, of course. But if you're in the market, check it out. Look at them online. Sometimes what you see online could be different from what they may actually do a deal on. Also, some things that I've learned. I bought a few vehicles in my time, so if you're going to buy something new, well, before I go there, for a long time, all we would buy is certified used. And back in the day, it paid to do that because there was a big difference in price. So we would buy a certified used Hondas, Toyotas, that's all we bought. We'd run them and run them and run them. 200, 300,000 miles. But nowadays, it's tough to do that because of the way things are with inventories, and just especially since 2019, 2020, the used vehicle pricing has gone bananas. And now, unless you're going to get something like a beater, $3,000 to $5,000 up to $10,000, okay, knock yourself out. Good luck. If you need a reliable vehicle, we both have to have reliable vehicles. Now, when we get to where we retire, or one of us can retire, especially both of us, we will go down to one vehicle. Now, if you need a new one, this is the way I've done it, and I've learned the hard way. Believe me, I've learned the hard way more than once. But look online first. If you have an idea of what you want. And what I do is I know exactly what I want. I look online. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of shopping on their websites. And I write the stock number down. When I email or call them, I usually start out with email. And I tell them exactly what I'm looking at. I give them the stock number. And I just want to know the drive out price. Give me the total price out the door. Tax, tag, title. I want the price of the vehicle. Okay. Make that clear. Not all of them are going to do that. You just move on to the next dealer. Okay. You find somebody that will do that, then you may have a shot here. You may be cooking with something here. So you want the total price. If they start asking if they start saying, no, you got to come in, you got to do this, you got to come in and test it. Say, no, I'm not doing that. If they insist, and I'm not going to play ball, you move to the next dealer. All right. I've run into this too. But if they will do that, then get the price. If they start asking about trade-in, before they give you the price, before they give you the drive-out price, if they say they have to have trade-in and they want to know how you're paying for it and financing, you just let them know, I just need the price. We'll talk about that later. I might trade in something, I might not. I might finance, I might not. I might have my own. I would avoid saying I'm paying with cash. All right. I've just learned. All right. So that's the way I've done it, to give you the drive-out price. And then you can compare, call several dealers depending on what you're looking for. So that's where you can usually get the best price. Now, Toyota, Honda, they typically are not going to negotiate very much. You may have to pay close to whatever their price they're putting. You can try to get lower, but your GM, your Ford, your Chrysler, Dodge, you can typically negotiate, get a better price. Try to get 10% off that MSRP, 10 to 15% off, at least. Okay. You just have to stick to it. Right. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, I don't buy it. That's fine. I get it. Vehicles are overpriced. They are, no doubt about it. So it all depends on your need, what you need it for, what you have to have. If you have to have a reliable vehicle that you do a lot of driving, you have to have one. Am I leaving anything out? What else? What's that? Interest rates. That's what I was going to mention on used, especially, and what we found out, what drove us to preferring new over the certified used, which certified used were usually about 2 to 5 years old, is the interest rates are higher on those. You get a lot better interest rate, especially if you have good credit. If you have good credit, that changes. That's the whole different ball game. I mean, if you have good credit, you can get a lot better interest rate on a new one than a used one. And with the pricing of used vehicles out of control, it's just, in almost every case, it's a better deal to go new. You get the warranty, you get everything. You get the, personally, I get the extended warranty as well. No doubt about it. I always get it. I never had to use it, but I'm afraid if I don't buy it now, it'll bite me, so it's like insurance, basically. But that's a personal thing. Not everybody gets that. I get it. Do your thing. So interest rates is a big deal. The better your credit, the better you can get interest rate. So, what else? Anything I'm missing? Missing out? So, hope that makes sense. Now it's almost dark. It is pretty much dark now. I've been talking long enough. It's dark. All right. Well, I will pretty much end it right there. Anything you want to say, Miss Dawg? Any words of wisdom, advice? No? All right. Well, I hope you're having a good weekend. Let's make it safe. Make it a good one. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.